next speaker. I want to introduce Miguel Lopez. He's a veterinarian from Mexico and Latin America. He's worked at Nestle Purina for several years and has several publications and has been working in the pet food industry as a consultant for the last several years. And we're going to let him talk about the pet food business in Latin America. And I'm sure he'll have some additional points on sustainability there as well.
Thank you, Dr. Sharkey. It's working. Well, thank you very much to National North American Renders Association and Germán Dávalos. I've been working for around 30 years in the pet food industry, specifically in Mexico and Latin America. I'm a product developer, R&D, and mainly a companion animal nutritionist. And I'm very pleased to be here. During these 30-something years of working, I've been exposed to different countries, different type of products, different type of philosophies in the companies of development, nutrition, marketing, etc. And well, the idea of this presentation is to give you a quick review of what's going on in Latin America and in the four main markets of Latin America. This is the agenda that we're going to cover today. Of course, we're going a little bit from the global market trends and figures and numbers. I'm very pleased also to have a lot of sources of information. I've used a lot of sources of information. Of course, we'll tell from which part they come. Remember that specifically from the source, there are some differences sometimes, but of course, these are very reliable sources. And well, we're going to be talking about these figures of the global market. Then we are going to jump inside Latin America. We'll see some quick snapshots about all Latin America, so you can know a little bit more or less how the tonnage, the volume, the trends are in general. Then we go to the four largest Latin American markets, so we can talk specifically with them or about them. And finally, some more findings in the market and conclusions. We will take this sustainability concept and we'll talk about it. There were some very interesting things in the former presentation from Dr. Starkey about the use of the ingredients. Well, whoever is involved in the pet food industry, of course, knows 100% that a lot of the performance of the product depends on the animal byproduct, the animal proteins, the animal fats. Yes, of course, we're an industry that is targeting for palatability. Anyhow, palatability also relies on animal byproduct ingredients. Dr. Starkey was referring to the liver, and yes, we use a lot of for whoever is not involved in the industry, we use a lot of liver, which is digested liver. We put enzymes, and that is what we use as flavors, attractants in the dog and the cat industry. So we use a lot of liver, we use a lot of fat. You will be surprised, but we in some of the countries of Latin America, we like to use lard. Lard is also used for human consumption. I know about the omega-6 and all these things about the acids, compounds of the fat, but we use lard, we use tallow, we use poultry oil as palatants, and of course, as energy providers. And we like to use a lot of poultry byproduct meal because it has a very high protein, low ash, low calcium, and also we use a lot of good, or we try to use a very good quality beef among meal and also pork meal. Besides that, these ingredients, we rely a lot on the nutrition because you already seen some of the charts, all the amino acids, the essential amino acids that all these ingredients have, of course, are very helpful for our work. So anyhow, being very global, I took this data from 2021, and what we can see here, this is the 10 largest markets in terms of production and sales of product in tonnage. And you can see here in this chart that USA is the first of the largest market, then China, and suddenly we find as the third player, Brazil. Brazil is a very, very large market, of course, a very huge country with a lot of persons, but also with a lot of tonnage. Then after Russia, we got Mexico. So that is something important for us. If you see again, inside or within the world, two countries are from Latin America, which is the third one in Brazil, and the fifth one, Mexico. Well, that is like the big photograph of the market. Then you see, well, we'll go more deep into these two numbers of the tonnage that we have in these countries. We'll go in some other slides deeper. And just to see it more graphic, these 2 points that are shown here are Brazil and Mexico. Of course, this red one is USA. So you can see there the importance and in terms of volume that the Latin American market represents into the world. Now, trends. What trends we have observed during the last years? Well, first of all, inflation rate. Look, this is a very nice chart. Thank you to Euromonitor who sourced this information to me. And you can see here that, of course, there was a big peak of inflation on 2022. And what we have to see here is that Latin America is this line, the one that is higher from all the world. Then we got, after Latin America, we got Middle East and Africa and other countries. The point is, in 2022, we had high inflation rates. And what we observed is that during 2023, this inflation lowered a little bit. Anyhow, we still are paying all the results from that inflation. What that means that the ingredient costs are higher, the freight costs are higher, and of course, that is pushing a little bit the market to make changes, to make strategies, to try to live with these inflation rates. So again, inflation rates are going down, but we're not still at 2021 levels or even to 2020. So again, my region, the region where I work, which is Latin America, represents the highest inflation rates worldwide. That is an opportunity that we have, a problem that we have. This is a very interesting trend, again, from Euromonitor, and we got the top 10 claims in pet care between 2020 and 2022. We can see in the light blue how they grew from 2020 to 2022. And what I did here is that the first and the third claim or mentioned claims by the pet purchasers, pet owners, they are referring that they want products with high protein, and good source of vitamins. So what we're talking here is about nutrients. The consumers, or not the consumers, but the pet parents are demanding this type of nutrients. Now, we can see in the green these trends referring to natural as a general, then no artificial preservatives, which is natural, of course, also antioxidants, no artificial colors, no artificial flavors. The trend worldwide, remember, we're talking right now worldwide. We're still not talking about Latin America. But these trends that we're seeing here, they are very, very, very steady about natural products. Then we're dealing with this, which is a problem. As you may know, pet food industry is really, really very much influenced by the human food industry, very much. And that's good and that's bad. Good because we want, as the human industry, we want natural products, we want clean labels, we want sustainability, we want antioxidants, we want probiotics, prebiotics, etc. That's perfect. The problem is when we have this type of things like, I want a grain-free, I want the gluten is the devil. I mean, there are a lot of things that we read every day in internet that, okay, they are very, you can do a lot of debates about these statements. Nonetheless, if they are true or they are not true, we as pet food industry, we are seeing those trends also. Now, if you see here, immune system health, that is a beauty for us nutritionists to do. And it's not in the first, it's like the seventh position, but that is a very, very nice statement to work with ingredients, with formulation, with the processing, with everything to try to comply this statement or this need from the market. Now, I'm going to be a little bit fast on this because there's more information in the others, but I wanted to put these 10 reasons for pet owners to purchase products through different channels, online and in store. What happens here? Online, we have 10. I just separated the first 5, and then in the next slide, we'll see the other 5. But you can see that online, persons, people, consumers, purchasers are looking for best price. Almost 40%, they answer best price. Free shipping, that's 33%. Then ability to order at whatever time from anywhere, that's practicity. Variety of brands, of course. You can have a lot of variety, and is an availability of delivery. For practical persons, very practical, very fast to do and to order pet food in the online channel. What about in store? Who wants to go in store? Who wants to go to the store and get a product? 44% answer that they want to see or even try before buying. Getting free samples, in the retail, in the supermarket to get to their dogs, because nobody wants to purchase a, I don't know, 40-pound bag and then you offer that to your pet and the dog or the cat don't eat it. So see or try before buying. Immediate purchase, because you're there, you purchase it. Convenient location access. That's a very interesting trend worldwide, but also in Latin America. We have the mom and pop store in the corner, and they want to go and get the product. We'll talk a little bit about that trend because that's important in our countries. Also avoid paying shipping and ease of return. What else? The last 10 reasons are brands not in the local market. Yes, you got more brands in online. Then product information, comparison, reviews, that's very important. You see that before getting a product, you see the reviews from former purchasers. And also you got immediate purchase, access via different devices, and not available stores. Those are the 10 reasons for the online. What about in-store? The last 5 reasons. Stores are more trustworthy, no delivery-related hassles, in-store consultations, to see new products, and loyalty, rewards, coupons, etc. Those are the reasons why some consumers get the product online and some others get it in-store. Now, finally, we go to Latin America. And so this is my region. I'm from Mexico. And well, Mexico, as you saw formerly, is the second largest market in Latin America. And of course, the big country, Brazil, which is the first one. I want to point out here, doesn't look very well, but this is Central America. And it's very curious because in Central America, the countries from Central America behave very much like a good community. I travel and I consult companies from Guatemala, Salvador, Honduras, even Nicaragua, Costa Rica, and I don't consult Panama right now, but what you can see there is that their trading relationship is very, very high. It's very easy to move products from one country to the other in terms of paperwork. Of course, since they are small countries, the distance is very near between the countries. So if you enter a small store in Nicaragua, you can find very easily products from all the neighbors from Central America. I want to note that nonetheless you find products from Mexico, there are some commercial barriers to enter. I mean, they put barriers for the product, commercial barriers for the pet food producer in Mexico to send product to Central America. And then, well, you got some very interesting area here, which is Guyana, Venezuela, which we don't cover them very much, but we got in this part, sorry, we got Colombia, we got Ecuador, and we got Peru. These countries, mainly Colombia and Ecuador, have the same relationship as I was talking about Central America. It is very easy to move products. It's impressive. Again, you will see that maybe the volume is not that high, but the differentiation, the offer, the work that the pet food companies are doing in these countries are very, very good in order to have high quality products. And finally, well, you got the big market from Brazil. You got Argentina, Uruguay, Paraguay, and Bolivia, and Chile. It's a very, very interesting market. Of course, Brazil is huge, and you find a lot of trends there. We'll cover Brazil, we'll cover Argentina, and I want to tell you that in these markets, specifically Chile and Argentina, you find a lot of very good quality products. And I will go very, very much deeply inside these markets. Okay, this is a big chart, and well, you'll see it when they share all these numbers. But what I want to note here is the following thing. If you see Brazil, Mexico, and Argentina, the numbers, if you cannot see them in the back, for example, Brazil more or less sells 3 million of metric tons. We refer to metric tons per year. That's 3,075,000. Mexico is more or less 1,005,000. These numbers are higher. Remember, this is 2021, but the relationship is very much alike. If you see, Mexico is half of the size of Brazil, right? And then we go down to Argentina, which is half size of Mexico. Those are the 3 big markets. The big difference is, as I was telling you, Argentina has a market of more higher cost, higher quality. So nonetheless, they sell less tons. The value of that market is high. Then, well, you got another group here, which is Colombia and Chile, which is around 300,000 metric tons per year. Colombia is a very nice market. You know, in our regions, in our countries of Latin America, we have very unique phenomena of politics. And last year, there was a change in the government. The market, you will see that was kind of, you know, hit about this thing. But again, Colombia is a very nice market with a high volume for us and with a lot of opportunities to develop it more. And Chile, as I was telling you before, also is a very good market. The distance in Chile are very high to move the product, but Chile is also working with very good quality products. And then we got this other group, which are more or less 150,000 metric tons, which is Guatemala. Guatemala, as you know, is, well, as you see here, is the largest market in Central America. As I was telling you, Central America. So Guatemala is the largest. Peru has also very good options. And Costa Rica is almost the same size as Guatemala. Costa Rica and Guatemala, Central America. So those are very good, also good volume markets. And then, well, we have the rest of them, Uruguay, Panama, Honduras, etc. And until we get to Cuba and Venezuela. Then, what are we referring? What are we having? What are we covering in the major trends in the 4 largest markets in Latin America? Brazil, Mexico, Argentina, and Colombia. Okay, Brazil, well, this is a part of the previous chart I showed you, but the point here with Brazil that we got to note, sorry, is that Brazil is producing or selling around 3,000 million tons. Is almost the double, or more or less the double of Mexico. I remember 15 years ago, it was almost 3 times the size of Mexico. Right now, it's just 2 times. What is happening is that, yes, Mexico is used to grow more or was growing more in terms of volume than Brazil. But again, Brazil is a very huge market. You saw already that has a very a special place worldwide. What's happening in Brazil? What we found in Brazil? Well, one of the things that we found between 2021 and 2022, that we had a growth in dogs of around 3.5% and of number of cats up to 6%. Remember, well, I don't know if you know, but I'll tell you, worldwide, cat market is growing steadily. If you see the figures in Europe, if you see the figures in the United States, the persons, the people, the owners are getting more cats than dogs. That's a trend. That's a worldwide trend. And as you can see here, yes, Brazil is having that trend, that the cats are growing. Somebody says that, well, because cats are easier to keep, cats are more independent than dogs, cheaper, I don't know. That is a trend, and in Brazil is happening too. In dogs, well, it keeps on growing. Remember, it's a very huge market, so these figures are nice. What else? One of the things, this is like, remember, pet care. What is pet care? Pet care is, I don't know, cages, toys, clothes, I don't know, food, veterinary, medicines. That's a pet care business. From the pet care business, we always are very happy because pet food is the main part of pet care. Pet food always sells more money than the other mm, pet care issues. Then what you can see here in this chart it was the growth of pet food. It almost grew 20%. That's 18 something percent compared to 16% of all the pet care and 12% of the veterinary services that were offered in Brazil in the period from 2022 to 2023. What else we have here in Brazil? This is important. According to the source I use, which is Soltec, they told us that it is a product that is taxed with 51.20% of tax. So that is high. And nonetheless, it's a high tax. The industry is still growing. They made this chart where they are comparing this 51% against an 18%, around 18% in Europe, and I don't know, 8 or 7% in the States. In Mexico is 16%. And I can tell you in Mexico, it used to be 0% until 2018 that the government put specifically in pet food a 60% tax. Now, what else in Brazil? Let me get back. Brazil, for me, is a country very, very innovative. If you want to see innovation, of course, you have innovation here, you have innovation in Europe, but something very interesting and very advisable is to go to Brazil. Brazilians are moving very fast. Brazilians care a lot about all this product development, about shapes, colors, everything. Product appeal for us is very important. For us, industry. The main difference from the nutritionists for feed or for aquaculture, from us to them, is that, of course, they care very much about nutrition, growing rates, productions, yields. Yes, we do care about nutrition, but with the difference that we have the obligation to have a very, very appealing product to the owner and to the pet, the dog or the cat. If we don't take if we don't convince the pet owner to get our product, we're lost. We can have the best product in the worst bag and they won't purchase. And then when they get the product, if we get a product which is not performing well with the animal, we were lost. So our work is a lot in food technology. And that's, again, why we are working a lot with the suppliers of animal proteins and animal fats. Because, yes, they give us, or they give our products nutrition, but more than that, they give a lot of appeal, food appeal. That is flavor, that is odor, and that is digestion, digestibility, feces, stool consistency. So again, you want to get innovation, go to Brazil. Now, the second largest market, which is Mexico. We go to Mexico, and Mexico is, after Brazil, like I told you, is more or less half of the size of Brazil. And Mexico also, well, we got some trends and some numbers to show you. For example, here, from the source I revised, you can see that almost half of our market is sold in the retail. That is in the supermarket, in the Walmart and H-E-Bs, all these stores, or more or less 50, that is 44%, the product is sold there. Now, what I refer to Green Channel is a very, very unique channel all around Latin America. And that is, warehouses where they sell products we got this term that we name quileo or libreo, which is they open the bag and they just sell by kilo or by pound the pet food. So they open, I don't know, 10 brands. Of course, I know about food safety and all these things, but that is the reality. In the green channel, that is something that you can see very often. And maybe you are thinking, why they don't sell smaller bags, like 1 kilo or 1 pound? Well, I guess we're used to do that. They open the corn, they open the beans, and they sell by kilo. And of course, that is something interesting because, again, for food appeal for us is very important because the purchaser will see the product, will smell the product, even will try the product before he gets the product for their pets. We got other channels, like I told you, convenience stores and pet shops. Pet shops are growing Mexican-wise, and also convenience stores and veterinarians. Most of the veterinarians sell what we call super premium products. Remember, super premium or premium is the highest, then commercial, and then economy products. Well, this is interesting. This is what was the growth of the Mexican market between 2022 and 2023. You see very, very huge growth in the sale of pet food in convenience stores. This is like a good thing to see. Remember, convenience stores was not as huge as supermarkets, but anyhow, it grew a lot in these little convenience stores like 7-Eleven here in the States. We got 7-Eleven in Mexico, we got OXXO, and we got the mom and pop sales or stores where we have this kind of growth. It was very, very high. And of course, supermarkets, as you saw, that it was 44% of the contribution of the total market. It grew a lot also, a lot, 80%. I took this information and we crossed it with other sources, and it was interesting. Again, that green channel lost some of the market, and the market emigrated to supermarkets or to retail. This is, I guess, one of the most important slides of this presentation. And what I'm referring here is that, of course, this is a global world. We are involved in the global trends, and we have the humanizations and pet health and wellness, which is pushing up the quality of the products. I got a lot of clients that are trying to go towards that direction. Nonetheless, we have also a lot of manufacturing facilities, a lot of persons and companies that with the cost, the high cost, like in inflation rates and stuff like that, this promotes the growth of low price market brands. I don't like that, of course, because my work is to give the best food to pet food. And if you got a very low protein or very low fat product, you don't have space to do your job. And it's just volume, and they make some money, but the animal's health is not the best, the palatability is not the best. And anyhow, the market can grow, but the problem is that we don't want that market to grow. We want the middle market or even the high end. But this is something that is happening not just in Mexico, but in all Latin America. We have, like I told you, from the traditional wholesale, they went to retail, the volume from 2022 to 2023. And this is very interesting, this figure here. This data was taken from the government, SADER. What they are showing here is the number of products that were registered in 2020. It was around 1,600. Then in 2022, they almost doubled that to 2,700. That means that a lot of companies are registering their products, and the market is growing very fast. Out of these numbers, 18–20% of these new products were treats. One of the things that is happening in Mexico is that the treat offer is growing very steadily. This is a nice chart. You can see, of course, here the volume. And for example, for economy, you can see that it's almost 50% of the market. That is 44%, and just 17% of the value. That's a cheap product, inexpensive. Well, then you go to the standard product like 21 protein, like dog chow or pedigree, and then you can see there that the volume is almost 50% and the value is almost 50%. Of course, the company make more money for that. And then a big opportunity in the premium or super premium brands. We just have right now 10% of the volume with 30% of the value. An interesting note here. From the multinational super premium brands, the only one that is manufactured in Mexico is Proplan. We don't got Royal or IAMS or Hills made in Mexico. The only made in Mexico premium or super premium brand is Proplan. Nonetheless, we have a trend from some manufacturing facilities, some companies, to try to give options in that segment of the market with good quality, good nutrition, some research, etc. As a matter of fact, there's a local brand that has around 25 years in the market, which has a lot of volume. And I'm very much involved and aware that a lot of companies are trying to go towards this market because, again, it means more money. Nonetheless, it means more quality and more work to do. It's not just increasing the protein and the fat. That is very often also seeing, you see that very often with the producers, but you have to convince them that it's not just raising the fat and the protein levels. It's more nutrition, performance, additives, nutraceuticals, etc. What else about, well, this is Mexico. Then we go to Argentina. As I told you, Argentina is a very, very, very interesting case. If you travel to Argentina, you see that the consumer likes to purchase products of high value. I mean, high value in nutrition and cost. They don't care. They want to invest money in their pets. So we, as a pet food industry, are very happy. You know, the persons, the companies that produce and that work and that sell product in Argentina, they are very happy that they have purchasers that are very interested in quality. Well, that's a good news, but we also have not so good news. Something's here. Let me unblock it. Okay. It's not moving. Can I get some help, please? Well, I'll get the help. I'm going to tell you about Argentina. Argentina, as you may read in the news and hear in the news, they just changed government, again, political things. And the problem is that, if you see the inflation rates are more than 100%. So they are really in a problem. Ingredient costs, freight costs, whatever, gasoline, gas, whatever, electricity. So the problem is that they really, thank you very much. Thank you very much. That they really do have a lot of problems in terms of being or having a good business. They got a nice volume. It's growing very fast. The number that I showed you before was in 2021. You see, in 2023 is very high. It grew a lot, and again, they got government rules, regulation that are retention taxes for exporting. So it's very hard for them to export. More or less, they sell 86% of their products for dogs and 14% of cats. And again, high inflation rates. Now, they also come from bad weather in 2023 when it was very dry. So they had problems with soybean and grain production. One interesting thing that this is also a global trend that during COVID, it really, the market grew a lot and the pet ownership increased around 200%. And also, like I told you, we got very educated, well-educated pet owners, pet tutors, that they really are eager to get a very good quality product. Of course, not just the good quality of product, and here we come for the sustainability. They are beginning to demand sustainability to the pet food producers. Remember, this sustainability trend, which is very good for everybody, comes from the big stores that they push the producers to begin to work on that. So it's very nice because in all those steps, we're getting this trend to improve sustainability worldwide, at least in Latin America too. What about Colombia? In Colombia, again, more or less half size of Argentina in terms of market. We still have, or they still have an increase in number of pets. It was not that huge, 1%. And but here we have something very interesting. The market of dogs increasing 2.4% in this period of years. I'm referring here to pet food, but in cats, lower. Remember, we were talking about worldwide trend in cats, that cats were growing. We saw also that in Brazil, it's 6% growth. Here, we got a decrease. It's an interesting data to show, but that is what we heard from Colombians. Also, look at these figures, 17% in as an average of the price increase during this period. And economy and value products account for 75% of total volume. As I told you, our effort from the industry is to push these economy products to go to a more commercial and premium products. And like I told you also, local companies are pushing to do super premium brands, high quality brands, and that's a very good thing to know. Okay, I got 4 minutes more. Like we saw, cat ownership is a very, very global trend, not just worldwide, but in Latin America. Though something that the manufacturing facilities or the owners of the industry, sometimes they don't do, is that, I mean, we tell them that it's not that easy to make cat food. I'm not saying that dog food is easy, but cats are tough, very tough. That's why we have a very good relationship with NARA, because we want to have very good quality animal byproducts. I mean, I'm a chef, I'm a cooker. So I need a very good quality of ingredients. I'm responsible for the formulation, for the recipe, but I need a nice kitchen. And that is something that they don't understand. They got the backyard kitchen and they want to do cats. And that's what happens with cats. They don't eat the product. So it's a continuous education, convincing work from us to the industrial persons to have a good equipment, good kitchens. Look at this, new categories. We are in the pet food regular industry. Nonetheless, we have this type of trends. This is a huge store for fresh food, for BARF in Monterrey, which is the second largest city of Mexico. I took this picture. You can see also that you have the fresh plus they send you to your house and you have like you fill up, like, you know, like the size of your pet, and they are continuously sending you the right quantity for every week. So that's interesting trend that we're having. This is an example also for Mexico. I got this nice example from Ecuador. It's a very good client from Cuenca, Ecuador. Their original business is they got cows and they do meat. Now they did also this nice store where they sell all the meat and cheese and stuff like that. And they also have refrigerators with this type of product. It's a nice trend from Ecuador. Okay, this is a different category of wet product. As you're aware, in pets, you got the pate, and then you got the kibbles and gravy. But you can also have, it's not a nice photo, but products that they look like human food with rice, with peas, with different vegetables, rice, and meat. That's a nice example of some of the trends. This is a very nice product, and I participated in this project, and this is a customized diet. If you see the packaging also is sustainable, and the idea of this company from Ecuador is, or was, because it's already in the market, you fill up again the breed of your dog, the age, the weight, the activity, and then you get a response from the company with a customized diet. And even that, more than that, you get that product in your house. What else? This is interesting, very interesting. Frozen dry. In Latin America, it was not well understood by the pet parents. And they said it's very expensive because we throw the kibbles to the dog and it is very expensive. Yes, you have to put water, but they didn't understand it very well. So anyhow, right now, frozen dry is very, very much used as a treat. And also is beginning to be used as a complement into the food. You see the dry kibbles that we are used to see with some chunks frozen dry. So frozen dry, which is an expensive way to dry, but it's a very nutritious way to dry. It's also present in Latin America. This is interesting, very interesting. Imagine that you open the bag of your dog food, of the dog food that you purchase, and it says, okay, it is barbecue. And you open it and it smells like barbecue. Really, we do that in Mexico, and I've seen that also in Colombia. As a nutritionist, of course, I prefer to put more animal proteins and more nutrition. But believe me, it's a big trend. For example, this packaging is lomo al trapo, which is a nice dish from Colombia. You go to the restaurant, you order that, and you also get your product for your dog and smells like the human food. So that's a trend that I've seen a lot in Mexico and in Colombia. I haven't seen it very much in the other countries I visit, but it's interesting, something interesting to see. It's for the pet parent, not for the dog or the cat. This is a nice product, very nice product, and it is from Purina. It's not made in Mexico, it's imported, but we do have some of the state-of-the-art products that are being launched here. And this one is made for persons that are allergic to cats. So if you give for 3 weeks this product to your cat, there are very, very high opportunities that allergy will go away, or at least will go a little bit down, because it works with these antigens. And so again, for the persons that have allergy to the cats, it's really very good to feed the cats, and you can go with them and don't have problems. So again, finally, what are we having here? Our future, our intention is to go towards improving the quality of our products. We want to learn, we want to teach, we want to go to the countries and work with them to do the best for our best friends. And yes, we have very good examples. I've shown you some, and there are a lot of companies that are very much aware. Nonetheless, look at this. It's not a particle. It's the same bone. I took this doesn't matter who made it. It was in El Salvador. I was last week. And this product has 14% of protein. It doesn't comply with AFCO. Okay? So you believe this has food safety? You believe this has good amino acid values? I don't. So the opportunity in my country and in my region is to raise the bar and really, really to make my work, which is the well-being of my dog and my cat. Thank you very much.